Welcome to The Awakening, Black Women United. I am your host, Cheri Dani. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video. Today, I am doing a review of the movie Blink Twice. This movie has been mentioned a lot recently due to the revelations about the private life of rap Mogual and billionaire Sean P. Diddy Combs and Luciangrainge by people such as Jaguar Wright, a Hollywood whistleblower, and Ali Carter, a young woman who claims to be a victim of Combs and was a human party favor at his now infamous white parties. I want us to go over the key events of the movie and see if art is imitating life. Did Zoë Kravitz know about Diddy's private life and want to help expose him through film? Is Diddy the inspiration for billionaire Slater King? Zoë Kravitz's Blink Twice is a must-watch. Zoë Kravitz, the Batman, has created a solid grown-ups-only thriller. Kudos to her in her directorial debut. I like the way Blink Twice begins, or at least it did when I saw it at Cinemark, with a warning that some of its content might be triggering. That is an understatement. It's not easy to tell you a whole lot about the film without giving too much away. Part of the entertainment is guessing just what's going on, even when you think you figured it out. Channing Tatum stars as Slater King, a billionaire who has made his money in the tech industry. He's used to living a life of luxury, and he hosts a gala one night. And trust me, it's not an exaggeration. Frida, Naomi Ackie, and Jess, Alia Shawkat, are working as servers at the event, but they want to be part of the evening, so they ditch their uniforms for cocktail dresses in an attempt to mingle with the guests. That's when Frida is involved in an accident that draws the attention of Slater, who invites both women to a vacation on his private island. Almost before they know it, the two are whisked away on a private jet for their vacation getaway. Alcohol and drugs are part of the proceedings, as are delicious dinners and a staff. But something seems to be amiss, and that creepy feeling heightens with odd interactions between the guests and the staff, and the presence of Slater's assistant, who collects all the cell phones upon the guests' arrival. Just the presence of Christian Slater, MacLachlan, and Haley Joel Osment is a sight to behold, even though they play tertiary characters. This is a pitch-dark story about power, wealth, and entitlement that will entertain audiences who appreciate Saltburn. Now let's go over the characters and see if we can fit some puzzle pieces. Slater's assistant, played by Geena Davis, who collects all the cell phones, is this character, Diddy's Ghislaine Christina Coram, who was described in a music producer's complaint as the Ghislaine Maxwell to Sean Combs' Jeffrey Epstein. Diddy has said he couldn't function without his chief of staff, Christina Coram, who was allegedly so instrumental to his freak-offs and alleged sex trafficking enterprise. She is being called the Ghislaine Maxwell to his Jeffrey Epstein. As Sean Diddy Combs sits behind bars after being denied bail, and the feds pursue their investigation into his alleged trafficking venture, sources told the New York Post that Christina would know everything, as she was more like his manipulator-in-chief. Combs was arrested on Tuesday and indicted on 3 counts of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. And sources alleged to the Post that Coram helped him recruit sex workers, some underage, just as Maxwell was convicted of doing for Epstein. From confiscated cell phones to mysterious staff, this film will keep you guessing. And the cast? Christian Slater, MacLachlan, and Haley Joel Osment make it even more intriguing. Is Christian Slater Jay-Z, MacLachlan Usher, and Haley Joel Osment Justin Bieber? In the movie, there is a man who is Slater King's handler who is impressed with the memory-wiping drug that King has developed. I believe this man is luciangrainge. According to Wright, Diddy was selected to be the demon that he is. Jaguar Wright claims Diddy was mentored by Clive Davis and Luciangrainge. Key things that stand out to me in the movie are the fact Slater King and his sister were assaulted as children, and his sister could not forget and heal from the trauma. Similarly, there are now accusations that Diddy's mom may have been a sex worker and made him watch her activities and even participate, giving him trauma that he cannot forget. Slater King takes everyone to a private island like Jeffrey Epstein, whom Combs had affiliations. You could look at Diddy's parties as isolated as his mansions are huge, or let's look at his all-white parties on his yachts. In the movie, Slater King has everyone wear the same clothes and colors, which sound familiar. Not only were the women assaulted, but one of the young male attendees was assaulted. I am having a hard time placing the rest of the real-life women, but I am sure that some of the characters are Kim Porter, Cassie Ventura, Ali Carter, and maybe even Jaguar Wright, because the women realize that something is wrong and start to remember pieces of events after Sarah suffers a snake bite. They realize they are being drugged in the alcohol, and only snake venom neutralizes the drugs. To me, this is symbolic because it takes one snake to neutralize another snake. In the end, the women all remember and begin to attack the men. The women get their revenge. Sounds very familiar. I had to do some research on Lucian Grainge. Let's delve into who is this sinister-sounding man that Jaguar Wright is always speaking of. Sir Lucian Charles Grainge CBE, born the 29th of February 1960, is a British record executive who has served as chairman and chief executive officer, CEO, of Universal Music Group since 2010. Beginning as an A&R staffer in the late 1970s, Grainge has worked in the music industry his entire career. Billboard magazine named him the most powerful person in the music business on 4 occasions in the 2010 and was named the inaugural executive of the decade in 2020. Born Lucian Charles to parents Cecil and Marion Grainge, he grew up in a Jewish family in North London. In 2024, Lucian Grainge was named in a lawsuit concerning alleged misconduct by others at events hosted by Sean Diddy Combs. Universal Music Group and Grainge strongly denied any wrongdoing, describing their involvement in the claims as offensively false. On May 13, 2024, the accuser's attorney requested the claims against UMG and Grainge be withdrawn, admitting there was no legal basis for the claims. His older brother was Nigel Grainge, the founder of Ensign Records. Grainge left Queen Elizabeth's Grammar School for Boys at the age of 18 and began working as a runner at MPC, a talent scout company, in 1978. After contacting several record label bosses, he was offered a job by Maurice Oberstein, chairman of CBS Records, working at publishing company April Music's A&R department. His first signing was the Psychedelic Furs. In 1982, he became the director of RCA Music Publishing. 2 years later, he became an A&R director for MCA Records. He set up Polygram Music Publishing in 1986 and joined Polydor as general manager of A&R and business affairs in 1993. He was promoted to managing director of Polydor in 1997. Universal Music Group Grainge became the chairman of the UK division of the Universal Music Group, and then, in 2005, Universal Music Group International. He served in this position until 2010. On the 1st of January 2011, he became CEO of Universal Music Group, and then chairman on the 9th of March 2011, succeeding Doug Morris. Within his first year as chairman and CEO of Universal, the company acquired EMI's recorded music operations. Grainge argued that selling to Universal was the only way to improve EMI, for the benefit of the entire industry. UMG subsequently attempted revitalizing former EMI labels, including Capitol Records and Virgin Records. 14. Commenting on the EMI acquisition, BuzzFeed commented that Grainge will go down as the master architect of what is likely to be the last big deal in the music business. As chairman and chief executive of Universal, Grainge has also sought to increase the group's international digital expansion via distribution partnerships with technology companies, including Apple, Spotify, Facebook, Tencent, and YouTube. Grainge led the 2017 multi-year global license agreement between UMG and Spotify. Grainge led the acquisition of Bravado, then part of Sanctuary, and transformed it into UMG's entertainment merchandising and brand management division, Bravado. The company represents artists including Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, and Kanye West, and has formed partnerships with retailers including Barney's, Bloomingdale's, and Selfridges. Grainge also oversaw the expansion of classical labels Deutsche Grammophon and Decca Classics, and agreed on a global strategic partnership with entertainment company Live Nation. In 2017, UMG was worth $22 billion, triple what it was worth when Grainge took over at the company. In July 2018, JP Morgan said that UMG could be worth as much as $40 billion, and then increased the valuation to $50 billion in 2019. In 2015, Vivendi announced that Grainge had agreed to extend his tenure as UMG's chairman and CEO until at least 2020, stating he was key to its strategy. Under his management, UMG experienced growth in annual revenue, digital recorded music revenue, and EBIT Day. Grainge successfully floated UMG into its IPO in 2021. In 1993, Grainge's first wife, Samantha Berg, experienced complications while giving birth to their son, Elliot, and fell into a coma from which she never recovered. She died in England in 2007. Elliot Grainge is the founder and CEO of the independent record label 10K Projects. In 2002, Grainge married his second wife, Caroline. Their daughter, Alice, was born in 2001. Grainge is also the stepfather of Caroline's daughter, Betsy, from a previous marriage. In November 2012, Grainge and his wife reportedly paid $13 million for a house in Pacific Palisades. They had previously leased a Brentwood home from the owner of Rhino Entertainment. There you have it, Luciangrainge is tied to Clive Davis. Both Grainge and Davis are tied to Diddy. They said Diddy had overseas partners, particularly in London, England, where Grainge is from. Last I knew, Homeland Security has flown to the UK to interview potential accomplices and victims. Now I know who Grainge is and how he allegedly ties into this tragic situation with Diddy. Let's recap the movie Blink Twice and some of Diddy's activities. Remember how the women were drugged through their alcohol the same way Diddy drugged his victims through alcohol. Frida, through her missing memories, starts hitting her, causing her to eventually realize the horrific assault she and the other women faced. When searching for clues about their memory loss, she comes across a Polaroid of herself on the island a year earlier with red rabbits painted on her nails. Remember, Diddy videotaped all his victims, and Cassie said he made her paint her nails white to show against the dark-skinned workers. The white nails symbolize participating in Diddy's underground parties, including his mother wearing the white nails. Jess is bitten by a snake that the island has too many of, which is why they seem to have that strange woman who catches and kills those buggers. Just the day after, Frida's befuddled to find Jess missing. But what's truly weird is the fact that nobody else other than Frida seems to remember Jess. Sarah found a lighter with the name Jess scribbled on it. The other women did not remember Jess being on the island with them, but the yellow lighter is proof she was there. This is why Jaguar has been seen in recent interviews holding a yellow lighter with a smiling face on it, symbolizing all of the underage and adult victims we have yet to remember. Jaguar was recently on Piers Morgan. Here is a brief clip of Jaguar and Ali Carter. Well,
I was a sex worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal. That's how I know how the dark world and the sex world and the entertainment world run hand in hand. That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important. Salute to Zoë Kravitz. The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with even to this day have worn hidden cameras. I have my own tapes. I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases.
My name is Allison Leilani Carter. In 2021, we did a live interview with Maria Z. We went viral in 2020. Today is September
23rd.
23rd?
Yes, it's the 23rd.
23rd?
Let me check. Yeah.
Yeah, September 23rd, 2024. I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested. And I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. All right? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. People don't usually talk and stop and think about the children victims that are going through things right now as we speak, and the ones who suffered through all this bullshit. I decided to stop for a second and do some projects with projects all around, because we just said, you know what? This is our life. It's not changing. We stopped somewhere, and I've been hiding. My mom and I have been hiding. We've had our head down. We've tried to back up. We've tried to tell you everything that we can, and now we have people messaging us, investigators, people that want to talk now, when now it's because it's trending. We're still not on the subject of the kids. All the adults are covering their asses. All the adults are, I left at a certain time, yet you knew children were there. you knew these parties were not okay. They weren't freak-offs. They were satanic ritual orgies. Get it straight. It wasn't just adults in these parties. The adults were responsible for the child sex slaves that were in the party. And one of those children were me.
Ali Carter. Well, Jaguar Wright may have made a striking correlation between the movie Blink Twice and Diddy's allegations. Provides a clue early on that holds a deep significance and meaning at the film's climax. Quickly deemed a success, Blink Twice has extremely positive reviews due to its fast pace, impressive concept, important messages about elitism, and sharp script that keeps viewers guessing. Most foreshadowing comes from a tense ambiance, gaps in Frida's memories, and Jess disappearing. Sad state of affairs, and remember to blink twice. This has been The Awakening. Black Women United. I am your host, Cheri Dani. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video.